Alright, let's play another. Got a pretty good run last time. And we're just big chilling here. I don't know any of these characters in Animal Crossing, by the way. The bells. The bells. I suck at all clearing. That's one thing I learned about myself. I'm pretty sure there was like a way. There's like usually a way to all clear. There was a while, a phase back when I was playing a lot more where I was really trying to learn all clears. And I was getting good at it. I wouldn't say I was great. It was passable. I think I'm gonna try to enter. I know Hard Drop enters or creates the super lobbies. I'm gonna definitely try to play in the next one. So we'll see what I want to do. One thing I didn't really do today before playing is I didn't really warm up. I always find that warm-ups are like really good. I used to, when I was like younger, I'd be like, oh, like warm-ups, like why do people need to do that? But it's always good. It's like it's like stretching, right? When you're young, you're just like, oh, like I need to do that. My body is invincible. But when you're old and 30 years old, like I am, or 31 actually, then you realize you have to do everything or else you're gonna get hurt. Low-key, I actually think that's how I tore my ACL. I think I remember vividly not stretching that day. Maybe like my knee was doomed for like a really long time, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. But I definitely remember not, you know, stretching that day before I tore my ACL. It wasn't recent, fortunately. It was quite a while back. But the short story was I played basketball and I ended up, you know, going for a rebound. Pretty normal. I wouldn't say like anything weird happened. I jumped and then I heard a pop, and then funny enough, like with like a tear like that, it actually, you don't really notice until like much later. And it's only when you like move your knee a certain way after a tear that you really like notice like the pain of it, of like having a torn, you know, ligament. So it's funny enough, for the longest time I didn't really do anything about it. I just thought like I sprained it or my knee, and then eventually I found out it was torn. I think I've probably shared this story on stream a bunch of times, so please forgive me if, you know, you've already heard that story. That's like kind of the weird thing about streaming, and that's like the thing that always amazes me is the fact that people can, you know, like, it's hard to like just talk about my life, and I guess streaming like adds new content all the time that you can talk about, and then you just get meta. But I think the hard part about, you know, streaming is like, or like at least like one of my quasi fears is like, am I gonna run out of interesting stories, right? Because there's only so much I can share, and given the nature of my work, it's a lot of private information that I can't really reveal to the public, especially since I'm a League of Legends GM, you know, of a team. So it's like hard to like really talk about work, you know, and that's like one of the things that, you know, takes up most of my time, right? So like I can't really talk about work, you know. Honestly, with COVID, it just feels like every day feels the same. Like today, like my wife and I had Korean barbecue at home, which I guess was pretty cool. But it's like hard to, like, the days just feel like they blend together. It's hard to really distinguish like how one day feels, and I can't believe we've been in COVID for like 2 months now, and I just like wonder, like, every day it just like kind of just feels the same. There's no differentiating factor. The weekends, like, there's like no, just like, since every day is at home, like it's hard to pinpoint like what day exactly is like a weekend, or what is a weekday, what feels like a Monday, what feels like a Saturday. Unless I like look at a calendar, like I wake up and it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. Don't get me wrong, like I think there are a lot of like positives for me if I were to look at the bright side of things. Like one of the biggest things during the season of, League is that I didn't really get to see Vicky that often. And now that we both work from home, now we get to see each other like every day, and definitely am very thankful that that's like now like a possibility. There'd be like actually a lot of days where like because she works in a school, like our schedules just don't match. I mean, she has to wake up extremely early. Esports works on a later time of schedule, so like aka gamers sleep late, and so as a result, we never really got to see each other. Not never, but it was hard for us to see each other during the week unless it was a weekend, because she would have to sleep at like 9 o'clock, to get ready for the next day and be a functional human. But for me, like my workday started at like 9 or 10, so I could take all the liberties of sleeping in. Funny enough, after I got back from Korea, I actually decided to start sleeping early just because jet lag was nice to me, in the sense of like if I wanted to start a gym routine in the morning, I was able to do that. Or like I was essentially able to reset my clock and say like, well, like my body is naturally waking up really early, like or like I was waking up naturally at like 5 or 6 a.m. and I couldn't fall back asleep immediately after coming back from Korea. I think the first day actually I came back from Korea, like I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I couldn't fall back asleep. So literally on my phone I signed up for a gym membership, specifically Orange Theory, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to class at like 7 a.m. because I have nothing to do. I can't fall back to sleep, and I was like pretty restless in like my bed. So I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna go work out and make this productive. So actually for a good 2 months before COVID and after Korea, I actually started working out like crazy. And it was kind of funny. I didn't think this was gonna affect me, but since there was like quite a brief period of time where I, wasn't streaming, I was actually kind of dreading it because currently I'm like a little under 180 pounds, but I kind of let myself go for a little bit, and what was it? So I went from like 185 to like about 200 pounds. Like at one point at my peak, I was like 205 pounds. And I looked like, it was pretty noticeable. Like, and it's hard for me to notice, like, like on a day-to-day, because it's like, you live with yourself every day. So like the change is so gradual, right? You don't just wake up one day and go like, yeah, I gained like 20 pounds last night. And so like I think it just like it's like easy to rationalize. It's like, oh, like I look a little bit bigger, but I'm like, I'm not that much bigger. But I ended up being 20 pounds bigger, and eventually got to the point when I would take a lot of photos for work, because like it's like CLG, and I'm gonna be on camera and I'm gonna look at video interviews myself, and I'm just like, oh shit, like I'm pretty big now. And so I actually had a little bit of a subconscious fear of streaming again, because I was just like, I can't let people see how big I've gone. Funny enough, like I didn't think that was going to affect me, but it did. So the more I learned, but maybe I'd never addressed that core issue of like worrying about appearing overweight. But as a band-aid, I ended up losing 20 pounds, so I'm back to like 175 again, or like 175 to 180 after working out like almost every day. Like I'd wake up at like 6:30, drive in traffic to get to the gym, to my class, or to my Orange Theory class, and and then prep for it, and I'd work out, eat well, and now I'm back to like a semi-normal weight. And lo and behold, I just ended up winning a game. 21 kills. Pretty nice. But yeah, anyway, that was just like a little story. Let's see, 301 lines. I didn't even know I did that many. Time just kind of flies. What else do I do? I don't even know how many of the top 10 did I kill. I killed the 2 through 6, 11 through 12. pretty nice. Anyway, it's a little story about where I've kind of been and, you know, working out.